In this video, we're gonna be installing this here Garmin Fishfinder onto our OldTown 120 PDL fishing kayak. So the first thing we gotta do is head inside, get the battery all set up and ready to go, so that way we have something to power this bad boy with. But man, I'm so excited for this. Look at how nice it is out. I'm in a t-shirt right now, and I'm excited to get out fishing on the kayak with a new Fishfinder on it. Hopefully it'll help us catch some fish. So let's head inside, let's go get the battery set up on this bad boy and get it installed. So to supply our Fishfinder with power, we have this here Nocqua Pro Power Kit, and this is the 20 amp hour version of it, and that's going to give us plenty of juice to run this Fishfinder for long periods of time. But there's some things we have to do to it before we can actually hook it up to the Fishfinder. You don't just take it out of the box and hook it straight into your Fishfinder and boom, you've got power. You've got to actually use some stuff that it comes along with here. Let's just pull it out. So right here we've got the main battery, very small and compact, which is nice. And you've got this cable right here coming out of it. And then you get your charger right here. Those are both the charger there. And you get this bag right here. So in this bag, you've got another cable. And you've also got some shrink wrap right here. So you got this black thing of shrink wrap. And then this cable here. So this cable connects to the actual battery there. And then on the other side, there's these two wires. So we've got a red wire and we've got a black wire. We're going to find a wire out of our Fishfinder kit really quick that we're going to connect this to. And we're going to do that with these connects that they actually send along with it inside of the Nocqua package. So that way you can connect red to red and black to black. In your Fishfinder box, you will find a wire like this one here. And this is what we're going to be connecting the other wire to. So you can see we've got the same exact thing going on here. We've got the red and we've got the black. So that way we can connect them. And then we've also got an inline fuse here, I believe. I don't know a lot about electronics, but I think that's what it's called. So then the other end right here is going to plug into the Fishfinder screen. So what we're going to do now is we're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers or something that we can crimp down these splice connects to. So we're going to need this wire, we're going to need the splice connects, and then we're also going to need the wire that came with the battery right here. We're going to take our shrink wrap here. We're just going to run it through really quick before we make the connection. So this will be all ready to go when it comes to that step. Give a really good squeeze. Make sure those are nice and crimped. Give a little tug. Make sure they're nice and secure. Double check. Both of these are feeling good. So now we've got both of them crimped down, as you can see right here. And they're both nice and secure. We've got a good connection on those. But before we do the shrink wrap, we're going to connect the battery to the Fishfinder and make sure that it's working. I've already got the Fishfinder out of the box and I've got it mounted on this YakAttack Fishfinder mount here, which I will make sure to throw links down in the description of all the stuff that we're using here today in case you guys want to check it out or pick some of it up for yourself to do the same thing. But this mount right here feels nice and high quality. I mean, you can adjust it here just like that, tighten it back down. You can adjust it down here too. All right. There's tons of adjustability with the YakAttack Fishfinder mount. But that's what we're going to be mounting this thing on. We've got the Garmin gimbal on here. We've got this guy. And this is the Garmin Echomap UHD2 93 SV. So it's got a really, really nice size screen. I mean, look at it compared to my face. I'm excited. Well, look at that. We've got power. But look at that. With this little battery here. Got all our wires, got our screen, battery. So now we have to do the shrink wrap. Perfect, we're good to go. Make sure you unplug this part from your battery before you do the shrink wrap, because if you don't, you might get some sparks. So now everything is unplugged, ready to go. Shrink wrap. Then we're just gonna cover up our connections here. And then we're gonna take our heat gun, but I don't have a heat gun, so I'm gonna be using my wife's air dryer. And then we're gonna heat it from the center out. So now that we've got our shrink wrap all finished up here, as you guys can see, and we've got a solid connection that is going to give power reliably to our unit, we're going to go ahead and get our transducer installed onto the kayak, which I'm gonna show you guys really quick right here. This is the GT56 transducer. And as you guys can see, there's a big rod sticking up out of it. This is a mount by Navarre Kayak Fishing, and this is a scupper hole mount. So basically this is gonna sit in the bottom, this is gonna go through the scupper hole, and it's gonna sit up at the top like this. This is gonna keep it even higher on the bottom of the kayak, so that way we have even less chances of scraping or banging it on rocks or something like that. So we're gonna go and get this thing installed on the kayak. It's gonna be a very, very easy install. But look at how big this transducer is. I mean, it's a large transducer, and we've got tons of cable to be able to run it exactly where we want to take it to. So now let's take all of this stuff down to the kayak and let's get it installed. Okay, so we're outside now, and we've got the Fishfinder here mounted on the YakAttack mount, and then we've got the lock and load system right here already on the rails. So all we have to do, pop it on there, lock it in place, and it's sitting steady. But I've also got another piece that actually goes on here that's gonna make it even more stable, so that way it's not gonna wobble around like that, because this is a pretty heavy Fishfinder considering it's a 9-inch unit. So we're just gonna leave that guy right there, and we're gonna get the transducer installed now really quick. And that's gonna be going underneath the kayak, and I'm not flipping it over because we've got the Navarre Kayak Fishing scupper mount here for the transducer, so it's gonna be a pretty easy install. So let's get that done really quick. Okay, so now we're gonna take our transducer, very easy process. We're gonna take our bundle of transducer wire, and we're actually gonna run it up and through this scupper hole here. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. There we go. Set this all to the side because it's going to be going right through there. So the battery on my camera literally just died as we were making this video, but now we're going to take this wire here from the transducer and we're going to fish it all the way through the inside of the kayak back to that back battery hatch over here, because this is where we're going to have our battery, which if you take a look at this, very small and compact, it's going to fit in there easily. So now we shoved the wire all the way down in here, and you can actually see it right here. Perfect. Pull that the rest of the way through. Perfect. So now I've got all the wire right here, and we're gonna pretty much get that all bunched up again and get it nice and compact in there, clean it up a little bit. And of course, once your wire's running through there, you can put your hatch right back on there without having to cut any holes or openings, because it's still gonna be watertight. No water is gonna get in there because there's this lip here, and the wire is not gonna get ruined or squished just by having it sitting in there. See, look at that. And then underneath you can see the transducer is nice and straight, and it is very high up compared to the original transducer mount right here. Now we're going to take our power, and then that's going to plug into the battery, and the transducer is going to run up to the Fishfinder. All right guys, so now we are here in the parking garage, and we've got the kayak all set up, and I believe we are all done wiring it up, thankfully. And in case you guys are wondering what this is a Navarre Kayak Fishing beef up plate. All it does is it makes your rail a little bit beefier, so that way you aren't putting as much strain on the plastic rails here. So we got our Fishfinder here. Gonna pop this guy right on there. And then right here behind the seat is our hatch for our battery. So here's the battery that we got all set up. And then we've also got our transducer wire right here going all the way through. First things first, let's get our power all hooked up into the Fishfinder. And this one plugs in right here. All good to go on that part. Take our Nocqua battery here, and this is going to be the moment of truth. Plug it in right here. And we're gonna see if we have power. Oh yeah, we did it guys. We've got a Fishfinder on the OldTown Sportsman 120 PDL. And so far, it's looking pretty clean. So look at that. We've got the Fishfinder here powering up, and then the wires are running back here. But let's clean it up really quick and I'll show you guys what it's gonna look like. Of course, we will be throwing our battery Down in here, we're gonna get a little sack eventually that we can. And there we go, we got our battery in here and our wires are running right up through here under the seat. Eventually I'm probably gonna go ahead and do like a drilling project on the kayak here, so that way we can have our wires coming out like literally like right here to plug into there. But that's gonna be a project, and it's a little bit intimidating thinking about drilling into this expensive kayak here. The Fishfinder works, so look at that. See that? Look at that, we've got our down imaging running. We've got the Fishfinder all hooked up and ready to go, and I'm excited. It's a pretty clean setup, but it could be cleaner. But you know what? It's my first time having a Fishfinder on a kayak, so I'm gonna be happy with what I've got right now. If you guys enjoyed the video, and if you got value out of it, or if you're looking into getting a Fishfinder yourselves for your kayak, check out some of the links down in the description, because I will have all the stuff that I used here pinned down there. Thanks for watching, guys.